Following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I'm excited to connect with you as we talk about Shine Your Light. Now, this is your light, not anybody else's light, but really fully showing up and being seen in your unique brilliance in the world. And we're going to be talking today with the amazing Trisha Garrett, who has committed herself into a whole TV channel and programming and shows to help you do exactly this. So we're very excited to talk with her today, to have her joining us and to bring her brilliance to the conversation. But let's start with you and I, just heart to heart. I want you to think about, have you been fully showing up? Just to check in. Fully shining your way, your brilliance. And by the way, it has nothing to do with perfection. So you can take that off the plate of responsibilities. We don't have to be perfect. But I do believe we need to be willing to be visible, that we need to be willing to be seen, to shine our unique, quirky, brilliant light out in the world. Because there's no one else just like you. There's no one that has walked the path that you have walked. There's nobody that is made exactly the way you're made. And that in of itself is a gift. So therefore, the way that you're built, the way that life has shaped you, creates this unique brilliance. I was thinking about a diamond, and the way a diamond can be cut, or even a crystal can be cut in different ways, affects the picture, the brilliance, what comes out into the world. And I think about that with life, that it can shape us in different ways. And when we let light shine through that, it's beautiful. The rainbows, the light, the brilliance that can be shown through us. And the more of those, we can call them imperfections, the more of those areas, I don't even like to call them that. I think the more of those areas that we share who we are through, the more we can make a positive difference in the world. Really being willing to share who we are and how we're made with another makes a big difference. I think sometimes we are waiting to show up, waiting to shine. We're almost treating today like a dress rehearsal. I'll show up tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that when I feel ready, when I have this additional skill set, when I have a little more experience, when I'm not so scared. And when we do that waiting, it keeps being tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Someday I'll share that. And the risk of that, the danger, is that we missed your brilliance today because it was tomorrow or someday that it was going to be shared. And I want to let you know a secret, that we can actually share all along the journey as we're growing, as we're learning, as we're expanding. But here's a really critical piece of importance to shining. We have to remember to take care of ourselves. I call this putting yourself in the center of the plate. I think about 24 hours a day. If we each have 24 hours every day, how are we choosing to spend them if that's our plate? What are we putting on the plate? What are we taking off? Because you can't just keep adding and adding, eventually something's going to get pushed off or roll off the plate because the plate is only so big. It's 24 hours. And are you remembering to actually put yourself in the center of that plate, to nourish yourself, to be in communities, or to have things that are feeding into you that are going to nourish you? It's really important to sustain shining, to sustain giving and supporting others and sharing your brilliance, is you have to make sure you're taken care of, that you're nourished, that you have what you need to go forth out in the world. I've shared on previous shows that it's not a sustainable model to keep knocking yourself off the plate or putting yourself at the bottom of the list. Eventually, you're going to burn out if you're not feeding into you, if you're not taking care of yourself. Just like a plant, if you don't remember to water it, eventually it's not going to be a plant anymore. It won't keep being there. It won't be able to grow. It won't be healthy. It won't be vibrant, and eventually will cease to exist. So it's really important we remember to water ourselves, to nourish ourselves, to put yourself in the center of the plate. And I find there are days where I have to reevaluate every morning. What am I putting on my plate? What am I choosing to move forward in? And what am I taking off? And I make that a daily practice, because things can happen in the morning that can change the commitments for that day. And I'd rather stop and pause for just a moment and evaluate that, because I want to echo my best forward. I want to do that in a place of purpose and shine in a purposeful way, not on accident. I don't want to echo out frustration or stress or life changed today. It's not according to plan. I'd rather pause, take a moment, and look at what's on my plate so I can choose to be how I want to be through the rest of those 24 hours. And I want to encourage you to think about those things as we're talking today. What's on your plate? Are you remembering to sleep? Are you remembering to eat? Are you remembering to water yourself? Are you remembering to nourish yourself and put that in the center? And adding up those commitments that you've added to your plate for the next 24 hours. Make sure that you are being taken care of in that. And as you look ahead at future 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours, that makes up your week, your month, your year, your present, and your future. Be purposeful in how you're looking at that. Include time to nourish you and time to shine out into the world to share. And part of that nourishing is making sure you're being equipped and empowered to live and shine on purpose and with purpose, and making sure you're feeding yourself, whatever it is you need. Things like this radio show, I'm so honored that you tune in. We have people tuning in from around the world that are taking a moment in their day, in their week, in their 24 hours to feed into themselves and to feed into you. And I want to encourage you to look for opportunities like that, because it's not a solo journey. We need each other. And I want to take a moment to pause. Those of you who are driving, stay safe, both hands on the wheel, alert, eyes open. But those of you who are able to, sit back in your chair, take a deep belly breath, breathing in through your nose. Expand the belly out through your mouth like through a straw. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Keep breathing. And as we're thinking about shining our light, we're thinking about, and that's a sharing of yourself out into the world. As we're thinking about nourishing yourself and feeding whatever it is that you need, it's important to know what that is. So let's take a moment and feel into that. What is it that you need today that will encourage you, equip you, empower you as we look to go back out into the world? What is it that you need right now, real time, to support, encourage, equip and empower and nourish you. What do you need? Just receive that information. It could be a picture, a phrase, a memory, a way of being, a feeling. Capture that information. And when you're ready, come back into the room, another deep breath. Fully present. I invite you to write down, what is it that you need today? Let's capture it, real time. What is it that was laid upon your heart that you're willing to receive, that you're actively going to be on the lookout for as you go out into the world? What is it you need today? Having that clarity, that focus, knowing what you're looking for makes a huge difference. It's a lot easier to recognize, oh, this is what I needed today. Maybe it's a hug, connection, encouragement, celebration, some time. There's all kinds of things that we need to support us. Once you have that written down, let's take a deep breath. Lift all of those intentions up, because these are intentions. These are things you're looking for, you're willing to receive. Beautiful. And I'm going to bring Trisha into the conversation here. And Trisha, I wanted to just see if you had something laid upon your heart when we went within for a moment and just listened. Would you mind sharing with us?
Sure, I'd love to share with you. Thank you for having me. What came to me for me was just to remember to do just what you had me do, just to take that breath and breathe and just be present with what was going on with me, like right now. Just remember to do that throughout the day.
I love that. There's such a power in being present. Thank you for sharing that. I know sometimes for myself, and I don't know if you're ever like this, Trisha, or listeners, I'm such a planner. I can be spending time living in what I'm building or planning or stepping into and thinking about that and building like worlds. It's really exciting. But I can forget to be fully present in the moment with all that is happening. And when I remember and I pause, it is such a gift. And I feel much more centered, and I can receive and actually enjoy all that moment and the next moment and the next moment has to offer. So thank you for sharing. Really, really valuable. Listeners, let's be fully present and receive all that is here for us today in this time that we're connecting heart to heart and exploring shining your light. We're getting ready to go to our first commercial break. And what this time is actually a present moment, a time for you to spend 2 minutes listening, being present, connecting, and receiving. These are actually 2 minutes just for you. I encourage you to don't run off and try to cross things off the to-do list. I invite you to be fully present. Really listen and receive what has been spoken into your heart. Notice something about this space that you're sitting in right now that you haven't noticed before, and receive nourishment and encouragement in these 2 minutes. When we come back, we're going to start our heartfelt conversation exploring shining your light. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that time, just for you. What a gift to take 2 minutes just for you to be. No expectations, no pressure. You can just be and breathe and feel and be present. You're going to have those opportunities throughout our show. I encourage you to give that gift to yourself. And that's actually something you can carry forward in your life. Every day, you can give yourself that gift of just a minute or two here and there to breathe, to be present, to center, and to choose with your next breath, your next minute, how you are going to be and how you want to be in your life, day by day, moment by moment. We can choose to shine, to show up, be seen, or we can choose to contract or echo out something perhaps we don't want to echo out. I think it's important to notice and to be present and to take those moments to build your life on purpose and with purpose. I promised when we came back, we would be talking with the amazing Trisha Garrett. And you heard a little bit of her heart as she was talking about being present in our opening segment. And I wanted to share a little bit of her background with you just so you have a context for our conversation. And then we're going to lean into really talking about shining your light, showing up in your life, being visible, not hiding, but really being seen, and why that's so powerful and so important. So I hope you're excited for the conversation. I am. I always love my time with Trisha. So let me share just a little bit about her. So Trisha Garrett is a best-selling author of Come Out of Hiding and Shine, all capital letters, arms up, shine, CEO of RHG Media Productions and senior executive producer of Bright Light TV. She is a certified transformation life coach and absolutely passionate about bringing illumination to the globe. Trisha, it is my honor and my privilege to welcome you to the show. Welcome!
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here today.
I am excited to have you as well, and I appreciate your global vision, your heart to bring forward so much to the world. I love that about you, and I love your passion and your intense interest and commitment to making a positive difference in the world. So thank you for being you and the work that you do.
Thank you.
Now, I love to start with the why question. That's my favorite question when we start our conversations. So why? Why do you care on a personal level so much about bringing illumination to the globe? Why does that matter to you?
Wow. it matters to me because there are so many people that are hurting. There are so many people that need hope, encouragement, and even to be reminded that they are powerful and just in who they are. They don't have to do anything special, and to just know that they matter and that they're enough. And so by bringing illumination, being a part of Bright Light TV, it gives me the opportunity to give other people to share their message to help bring healing and all those wonderful things to people.
Wonderful.
So that's why I do it. It's just to continue to help people.
And, this is kind of I think it's a big deal to lean in and say yes to stepping into media in this way. I'm very honored. We have launched our TV network, RHG TV network, of which Bright Light TV is one of our channels, and it's part of that. Those of you interested in learning more, you can go to RHG, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, my initials, tvnetwork.com, and you'll be able to see not only all of our programming and channels, but you'll be able to see Trisha. And her first show is so, oh my goodness, it's gotten all these rave reviews. It's so heartfelt, and she really shares her heart for the shows that she's producing and releasing. But it's a big deal and a big commitment to step into media, to step into such a visible way of interacting with the world like television. Can you share why you leaned into that, why you said yes to stepping in not only and having your own show series and programs, but in actually creating an entire channel to hold lots of different show series?
Well, I know that I can't do it alone. And I know that there's lots of messengers out there that need a platform. So that's a really big reason why there's Bright Light TV. Because as we join arms, join hands, join hearts, together, we bring the illumination to the world. We bring that light. We bring ourselves, our full selves, which is the illumination. So that part really excites me. Now, the part that didn't excite me was having my own show, to be honest with you, being totally transparent, because that meant that I had to be seen. And that was difficult for me to be seen. And, what I love about what I'm doing is I get to be in the process with the listeners, with the guests. And I show up, and I know that I'm not perfect, but I know that I'm called, and I'm saying yes every day. There's challenges, and I continue to say yes because it's important that we know what it is to stand in our power. We know what it is to fulfill our destiny, to just live a life where we're happy. And however I can be a part of that and encouraging and helping someone in their journey, I want to do that.
Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate your heart for this and your willingness to be authentic in the journey. And listeners, I hope that is encouraging to you that we have these opportunities that we can step forward. It doesn't mean it's always comfortable. It doesn't mean we always envisioned it quite playing out that way. I know for myself, so I just identify with what you're sharing, that I have this huge heart to serve. I want to make a big difference around the world. But I didn't necessarily like to be so visible with it. And I discovered that my desire to serve, my desire to make a positive difference, to encourage others, was actually being hindered and held back by my level of visibility. So until I was willing to be seen on a higher level, to be in more media, to be more accessible, to be more visible, I wasn't able to make that positive difference. I had to kind of lead the conversation, be willing to be transparent, perfect in my imperfections, and very, very visible. And it is so worth it. And what I've discovered is people aren't looking for perfect people. People are looking for people that are willing, that can walk beside them. I loved your example of joining arms on this journey together as we step forward. So I celebrate the work that you're doing. I want to encourage all of our listeners to check out her shows. She talks about kind of why Bright Light TV and the heart behind it, and the Trisha Garrett show, and she shares her heart. It's so beautiful. And you can find that on the RHG TV network, or you can go straight there, Bright Light TV network, and see her amazing show. You'll get to see Trisha and feel her. I know right now you're getting to feel her and her heartbeat for the work that she does. And Trisha, just in talking about this and joining hands and joining arms and standing together, I opened up our conversation talking about nourishing us. And I feel like the programming that you're bringing and the concepts and the guests are doing that very thing, that, you know, the whole network's about positive transformational programming. But your channel, to me, is a place where people can get nourished and fed into and be part of a community. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, you know, I really feel that it's important for people to have a place to come where they can just be who they are and feel that they're in a safe environment to just kind of like, you know, you walk in the door, you take your shoes off, you sit down and just kind of get comfortable and just be fed this richness. And the guests are just absolutely phenomenal, I feel, that are coming on the show. And they have all these wonderful little nuggets to help to enrich our lives as we take them in and then begin to execute on them. It's just, it's, you know, and it's like you can kind of take what you need for today. And if this is, you know, we're talking about something like, oh, that's interesting, but I want to save that for later. It's kind of like have your dessert later kind of thing. You can do that too. But it's just really a wonderful place to come and just be nourished from the inside out.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And it is, when I watched your first show, I just felt held and connected. Really beautiful, really heartfelt, and a lot of little nuggets in there to equip and empower us on our journey. Because I want to remind each of you, we have an opportunity to be visible, to encourage one another, to reach out, to share who we are, whether you're called to be on television or you're called to be a speaker or you're called to walk a different path. We're all messengers every single day. In what we're echoing out thoughts and ideas and information and a way of being. You can be doing that in the grocery store. So how are you doing that? What are you echoing out? How are you shining? Because we're all shining. How are we shining? So as we go into our first commercial break, or our next commercial break, I'm sorry, this is our second. The time goes so quickly. I want you to think about over these next 2 moments, these next 2 minutes that are all yours, real-time processing on a cellular level. Take a moment to think about, how are you shining your light? And what you're echoing out there, is that really what matters most to you? Is that what you're wanting to echo out? And what do you need to feed into you to help you echo out, shine out what matters most to you? We'll be digging into that conversation on a deeper level in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel. Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took those 2 minutes to just kind of think about, what are you shining out into the world? What are you echoing out there? And is that what matters to you? Is that what you really want to echo out to the world? It's important to just check in once in a while, not with judgment, not with criticism, but being present, being aware, and then choosing purposely what you want to echo forward. And you could actually have this an activity you do every day. What am I going to echo forward today? Who am I going to be? How am I going to stretch myself just a little bit more to shine a little bit more in the areas that matter most to me? And looking actively for those opportunities. And one of the things that can interfere with our shine of power, with our connecting, is we can hide. We can hide behind masks. We can hide behind rules. We can hide in different ways. And we can have secrets that nobody knows about that are actually taking place right in front of us. Secrets that interfere with what we shine out there. And I recently had the honor of seeing Trisha perform. And it was a production this past weekend where each of the performers were sharing parts of their life and story, and they were bringing in acting skills. So not only were you hearing the story, but you were seeing the story and you were feeling it. And one of the things that Trisha talked about was the power of a secret and how that can actually be happening in front of people, and it can be something that holds you back. So Trisha, do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Sure, I'd love to.
Excuse me.
Because it's one of those things that literally ran my life for years. And I didn't know how to share my secret because of fear and shame and embarrassment. And my secret was I was bulimic. And I say that I did it in front of people, not the actual act, but the whole disease that had a hold of my life. I could be very public in terms of my behaviors, and no one knew because certain things are acceptable in our society, and no one knew. No one, but inside I was dying. There was so much torment and pain that I just felt really paralyzed a lot of times and just didn't know how to even ask for help for years. And, one of the other things that I talk about is how for so many years, let me just say this. Initially, I thought that I was in control. It's like, I can binge and purge when I want to. It makes me feel better, And then it got to a point where this thing that was bringing me comfort was bringing me discomfort. And when that transition happened, I'm not quite really sure. I just knew that it was now controlling me. And there was so I didn't even know how to begin to let my light shine, if you will, even though I wanted to. I just didn't know how to make that happen. And it wasn't until, spiritually, I began to grow. And also, I found a holistic doctor that really seen me and began to help me. It makes me even tear up now when I think about it, because she was so amazing, and I was so feeling like there was no hope, and to know that there was really hope available for me. That was a turning point in my life.
And Trisha, I thank you so much for sharing and going there with your heart with us. And something that you shared, well, so much of what you shared really touched my heart. I have tears in my eyes as well, connecting with you and hearing. But one of the pivotal things it sounds like to me, and you can add to this or you could correct this, is the power that she could actually see you and see who you really were. You could, in a sense, shine. It was safe to share all of who you were with her, and she could stand with you in that and help you step forward and bring those gifts forward and shine. Do you have anything you'd like to add to that, or do you agree?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, that's why a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know that there's people out there that believe that. They really believe that they don't have a light that will shine. And I'm just here to tell them that you do. I don't care how dim you might think it might be. There is someone that will see you. Your light is there. And we just kind of, with the programming that we're bringing at Bright Life TV, we're just going to be peeling back some of those things and supporting you in the process so that you can shine. And if you're shining, shine even brighter, because you matter and you're worth it. I mean, that's plain and simple. And you're extremely powerful. So shoot, let's show up and shine.
I love it. And can I ask you a question as well? And you can choose to answer this or not. I give you complete freedom.
You always take me there, Rebecca. Sure. I love it.
Because I know you and I have been on this journey together for a while, and we've had a lot of conversations. And part of what we both at different times have experienced in this whole being visible thing and shining is sometimes we get to show up and shine even when we're not necessarily feeling super shiny. We get to be authentic and just kind of let people see us this moment and that moment and the next moment. Do you mind sharing what that experience has been like for you, and what you would like to share with our listeners as far as the power in showing up and sharing authentically how you are at that moment?
It's humbling. It's very humbling, but it's also empowering, because I get to connect with me, and I get to connect with other people on such a deep, pure, authentic level. And, even just doing the performance on Saturday was challenging, but at the same time, it was just so wonderful to be able to share. It was so liberating, because sometimes it's, I just want, shining sometimes is not just this oh my God, I'm on stage, or I'm delivering this amazing message. Sometimes it's just reaching over and holding someone's hand, that is going through a tough time. It's sometimes just taking the time to just see someone when they're talking to you and really listen. That changed my life, to know that someone listened to me. They heard me. They seeing me, and not the mess that I was at the time, but they could see through all of that and say, there's some richness there. I see a light. It's a little dim, but you know what? It's going to shine. And just know that that's available to whoever desires to have it. It is available.
I'm sitting here. Oh, no, it's beautiful. I'm just letting it sink in and appreciating what you're sharing. I'm nodding for those of you who couldn't hear the nod. And your sharing is it's reminding me of something my grandmother once said to me. This was my Grandma Quinn. And she said, you know what I love about people, Rebecca? And I said, no, Grandma, what do you love? Because she was just, to me, the embodiment of love and acceptance and warm and would just be there with you. Even if you didn't have anything to say or you're in the thick of something, you could feel her tangibly with you. She was that kind of person. And she said, I love knowing people's quirks and them entrusting me with their mess and what they see as weaknesses. You really know somebody when you know where they start and stop and where they shine and where they don't shine, and that they entrust you with that. She goes, I love that. And I love knowing people on that level. She goes, the mess is magical. The mess that we see as mess is like the real stuff of life. And to know that and connect in that place, she goes, that's a place that's sacred, and she loved. And I remember being able to just take a breath and be that she loved me in that place.
Yeah.
It's such a gift.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. And, one of the things that you mentioned is, quirkiness, and that's one of the things that I talk about is that I'm kind of quirky, and there's some, kind of weird, different things about me. But it's those things that I had a tough time accepting about myself, but it's those very quirkiness-y things about me that makes me unique. And that brings, that means that I get to bring my quirkiness, which is different from everybody else's quirkiness, to the party, And that's what makes me special, and that's what makes your listeners special, is that quirkiness that they have. And it's like, embrace it. Embrace your quirkiness. That's like powerful stuff that you got going on, because no one else has the same quirkiness that you have.
On purpose.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
And that's the piece of us that sometimes we can have a hard time accepting, especially I'm going to say like younger youth and whatever, because it makes you different and you want to be the same. And it's like, no, be different.
Be different. I love that. And I just, as you're sharing, one of the things when I became a speaker that I struggled with was my laugh. And I just felt like this is not a professional laugh. Like, this is just not how speakers should sound. And it's not very businesslike and professional. And I actually hired a coach to help me get rid of my laugh. I did. That was top of the list. And I flew down to Southern California, and I was working with this expert. And he looks at me and he goes, Rebecca, I think you have a misunderstanding around assets and liabilities. I went, oh no, this laugh is different. It's weird. It's not subtle. It carries. People remember it. It's like contagious. I don't think that's a good thing. And he goes, no, Rebecca, it's a place that lifts people's spirits, that they remember. It helps them connect with you. It stands out. When they think of you, they think of that laugh. He goes, that's a good thing. It's a differentiator. It's something that's part of your brand. If anything, laugh more.
Wow, that's powerful. I love that. And your laugh is so, I love your laugh because it's so inviting. You also.
Thank you. But it's one of those things that I'm so glad he spoke that wisdom and truth, just like what you're sharing, because those things that are different are gifts, not our liabilities. Those are assets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, we're going to our next commercial break. And as we do this, I want you to remember these are 2 minutes just for you. I want you to take an opportunity to process some of what has been shared today in our conversation and really think about what's one of your quirks that perhaps is an asset, something different that people remember about you and it actually makes them smile. And think about, how can I share even more of that? How can I shine that out into the world? And when we come back, we're going to share some final tips, thoughts, and ideas. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday, transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed making that list, thinking about something that perhaps you view as a quirk or something kind of different and funny about you that actually is a gift. It's actually a connection point. It's something that people remember. And as my mentor had shared, do more of that. Share a little bit more of that with the world is an amazing gift, an amazing way to shine. Behind the scenes, Trisha and I were talking a little bit, and I asked her, I said, do you have anything else on your heart that you want to share with our listeners today, that you want to remind them that you just really want to make sure they know? And she said yes. So Trisha, do you mind sharing what is on your heart to support our listeners today?
Yeah, thank you. I just want to remind the listeners that, you know, as you start discovering your quirkiness and sharing out your quirkiness, to be a little patient with yourself, because sometimes, we can be excited about it and we can kind of pull back and just know that it's a journey in sharing things that are new and filling out the responses that people may, have in return, and just know that you matter and know that you're enough and know that you're powerful and know that your light is shining, because there's things that I'm sure that you are doing throughout the day to shine your light. We just want it to shine even brighter. And those are things that I really just want the viewers to know, that just how powerful that they already are and what they're doing.
Thank you. Important reminder. We are far more powerful than I think we know, that we have the ability to give hope or to take it away. We can discourage people or we can encourage them. We have that ability every single day to feed truth into people and empower them and lift them up, and choosing to do that, and that you are needed. You're amazing. You're an amazing gift to the world, I believe, for such a time as this. And Trisha and I want to encourage you to shine who you are, quirks and all, and in fact, more of the quirks with the world. And I was smiling as she was sharing earlier about coming in and taking your shoes off and just being very comfortable and coming as you are, as you're enjoying the programming, the shows that Bright Light TV is bringing forward. And sometimes we can feel a little bit funny about taking our shoes off and kind of being that comfortable. And I don't know, Trisha, if you have anything you want to share about that?
Yeah, because sometimes you can be a little bit uncomfortable coming in, taking your shoes off, and like, is it really okay to get that comfortable, or sometimes we can even just be a little self-conscious about it, but it's like, let it go. Yes, it's okay. I don't want to say. It's like, really, it's like, let it go. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And just relax in it. And, take, like, I love what you did in the beginning of the show. Take that deep breath and just, release.
Love it.
Present with it. Yeah, taking it all in.
And I know as we're being present, our shoes are off. I want to visually, everyone, my shoes are off. I want us all to picture that.
Mine are too.
We're laughing. We're bringing it all. That Trisha's actually prepared an amazing gift to support you on your journey. And Trisha, I wanted to give you a moment to share about that gift with our listeners today.
Yeah, it's called Designing Your Destiny. And it's a worksheet to help you. Sometimes, we get curious about, like, where am I at in my life and, what am I here for? Well, this sheet will help you take those steps to figuring that out. Because sometimes even when we want to make a change in our life and have a new direction, this form will, going through that process will also help you with that too. And so I'm really excited about it because it's, something that they can do on their own, and, or they can reach out to me on Facebook at Bright Light TV if they have questions and things that they want to share would be awesome.
I love this. To have a one-pager to help you design your life. I love it. How amazing is that? That means you could actually have it in front of you or carry it with you. And it's not so intimidating to have something like that, a tool. It's almost like this framework to help you with the profound and bring it into the practical kind of way of being. So what an amazing gift. Thank you for making that available.
Thank you.
And
my pleasure.
Absolutely. And listeners, I'm going to let you know how to access this amazing gift. You go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural.net. So it's Radio Gifts with an S.net, a net full of multiple gifts. Enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you want to scroll down to today's date, and that is Tuesday, March 7th. You'll see Trisha's beautiful picture and the opportunity to click and receive this valuable gift to support you to design your life on purpose and with purpose to really shine powerfully in the world. I encourage you to lean in, to say yes, to receive this gift. It's a way to support you, to bring that nourishment into your life, to bring that purpose and focus so that you're going out in a way that you're echoing out, you're shining out the things that matter most to you, because there's no one else just like you that can shine in the way that you're made, in the way that you're gifted, in the way you have quirks. No one else is just like you, and you're a gift. You're going to make a difference and are making a difference in those lives around you simply by being you and sharing the gift of who you are with the world. I want to encourage you as you go back out into the world, think about how you're going to shine your light. What are the practices you're going to bring into your life to live on purpose and with purpose and nourish yourself so that you can keep shining and keep sharing the amazing gift of who you are with the world. We'd love to have you stop by Bright Light TV. We'd love to have you swing by RHG TV Network as we are seeking to support, encourage, and empower you on your journey in life. It's an honor to be here with you today. As you go back out into the world, remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always remember and choose to bloom where you're planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Thanks again for listening to the preceding program, brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and